Hi, this is Yamiel from Divorce in Florida Online. And actually, I tried to do this video earlier and didn't realize my audio was all the way down, so you couldn't hear me. So here we go again. Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to explain what is an uncontested divorce. Now, uh, I know that word is used a lot when it comes to divorce preparation and divorce services, but I want to explain why we don't use it in our office because in the real thing, when it comes down to the paperwork and the process, uncontested divorce, the word uncontested to me means no one is contesting it. But if the divorce is, if the other person is not going to cooperate from the get-go and sign the papers before filing, you don't really know if it's going to be contested or not. The person may contest it, the person may just ignore the summons and never answer, or the person may answer and answer and waiver. So it's kind of hard to know. You don't really know. So how I like to categorize it is in mutual agreement, meaning both parties sign all the paperwork before the papers are actually filed in court, or by summons, which means we're not sure, or there's been domestic violence or verbal abuse, or just the relationship is just very toxic that you guys can't seem to communicate. So then in that case, we will, file it, get the sheriff involved. The process server will go serve them the documents. They have 20 days to respond. And then whatever next will depend on what they responded, if they responded. And the final way of doing it would be by publication, which is the last, because it's the least preferred method. That is when you don't know where the person is. You guys lost contact a while ago, and then that in that case, the it's done. We do a publication in a very local newspaper, and we search for the person. We have to submit 5 different places that we searched for the person, and we do that for our client. Property, we can do it without a court hearing. So those are the things that are those. That's why I don't use uncontested, because if we get him or her served, we're not sure how, if they're going to contest it or not. We just don't. So because we don't, then we have to do it that way. Now, one disclaimer, please, before anything, no, I'm not an attorney. I am a document preparer. Our office prepare divorce documents in the state of Florida. We help, and a lot of our clients can get a final judgment without ever having to step into a courthouse. There, disclaimer. If you have any questions about your legal rights, please contact an attorney, a divorce attorney, and then, contact an attorney. Date if it's a divorce by summons or by publication, and just children and stuff, we don't get involved with that, because them required you go to the court, pick up a packet. There's a lot of things that require. We do recommend someone in Miami that we know very well, and we've worked with her for many years, and she handles those, and that's on her. And she's fantastic and excellent, but we just don't do Miami, because you have to go there in person and stuff like that, and we just don't do that. The way that we operate a business is very different. Um, so we what so once you go there, so that's one question. The other question is if you have minor children or not, and that will be between you guys. The other question is if there's any property, any assets, any joint credit cards, any joint cars that need to be split. And finally, the last question is if you're in mutual agreement, yes, no, or I don't know what that person is. So if it's a yes, that will be a mutual agreement. That would be, to me, an uncontested divorce, because if I got everything signed before I file, 100% it's an uncontested divorce. Nobody's contesting anything. If the answer is no, then it's going to be a divorce by summons, meaning it may or may not be uncontested depending on what the person does after they receive the documents from the process server. You can't give them the documents, they have to go through the process server. And then so that those divorces may or may not become uncontested if they file an answer that yeah, they're in agreement, it's not contested, uncontested. But if they file an answer saying they're not in agreement and you guys need to go to mediation and all those things, then you know that it's going to be that's contested, meaning I don't agree with the divorce, I don't care what you put on the papers, we ain't doing it that way, whatever. So that would be a contested divorce. So we don't really know until we file the documents with the sheriff if that's going to be the case. If the person is in jail, it's automatically with summons. They have to get served. If it's a divorce by publication, meaning that we don't know where they are, 99.9% will be uncontested because the other person may not even know that this is happening. And if we cannot find an address for them, even for more reason, that is not going to happen in contested. They're not going to contest. They won't know what to contest. So those are the three different ways, which is why, going back to it, I don't really use the uncontested premise because we don't really know what's going to happen. But we do have very defined processes, which if you go to the website, divorcingfloridaonline.com, you'll be able to get that premise, that exact uh, process. Okay. All right. I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, my number is 1-800-474-1970. Y sí, hablo español. Okay. You guys have a blessed day and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.